those head coaches say to you afterwards?
Well, they were, they were pleased with the improvements, and they thought, everything that was said to me was positive. So I don't know what they're saying behind closed doors, but what they said to me was pretty positive. So that's how I'll take it.
Tim, you shook hands with Todd McShay. Has there been a détente there?
I just try to treat everyone like I want to be treated, and.
Actually, this is a big undertaking in a short period of time that you embarked on. Was there any trepidation about that?
Absolutely not. There's the question of why wouldn't you wait till you get drafted to start working on some of the things you need to work on? And for me, I'm not gonna. If I know I'm gonna do something, I'm not gonna wait to change it. I'm not, would be scared of coming out and not being perfect or something. So I was going to make the changes and work on it, and I felt like I did that. And I think just the trying to be coachable and the coachability factor of just work on what I feel I need to work on and not being stubborn and saying, my way is the best way, and just trying to understand it. It's something that I wanted to show too, is that I'm be very coachable and listen, and how you coach me, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did at Florida. And what I'm going to continue to do is how you coach me. I'll be able to learn that and ingrain that into my system, and the muscle memory will become natural for me.
Wow. And you break it down to where, can you just show me, where did you tweak?
Well, I think the few base things that understood was in my footwork when I'm stepping to throw the ball, a shorter step, so I'm not getting such a wide base. And then the other thing would be holding the ball a little bit higher, and then not taking it down and around in like a windmill sort of motion. It's just taking it out and then going right from here and throwing the ball. And so that's just quickening it. And so I just did drills that were going to make it quicker, and that were going to emphasize those things over and over and over and over and over and over again.
And then there are people who think that you may go back, revert to the old style under pressure.
Well, I think when you do something so many times, it becomes muscle memory. And when you can train yourself to do it under pressure, obviously it's not going to be exact, similarities of a game, but you can do it where you're under pressure, where you're having people run at you, where you're having to make quick decisions, you're having to, process information and still have those same fundamentals. And we've worked on that thousands and thousands of times per week. And so those things are becoming muscle memory where it doesn't even come into my mind. It's not even something I think about. And so I think that's a great thing about work ethic, is when you want to change something, if you work on it enough, it'll change.
And with all this is going on, who's giving you the best advice as you've had to do all the criticisms and you go through this transformation?
Well, it's hard to say who's giving me the best of advice, because there's been so many people that have invested in me, invested in my life, for my whole life, especially the last few months. I mean, it goes all the way back from my families, my brothers, my sisters, my mom, my dad, to the quarterback coaches I've worked with, from Coach Mazzoni to Coach Sheik to Coach Tressman to Coach Weiss to my agents and and Jim Denton, and just the people that have been around me, been helping me, and the people that were at D1 with Will Bartholomew and Kurt Hester, and just everybody that's been, even coaches that I met with, at the combine and different things, have really just, either believed in me and invested in me and tried to give me encouragement, and that's just, it means the world to me.
I have a question about muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
You've always been an instinctive football player ever since you were high school level. How do you blend the two? I mean, you don't want paralysis by analysis, what you said. How much of your instincts will guide you, and how much do you actually develop?
Well, in a game, when you're just playing and you're making throws, and I flip the ball underhand, or toss it my right hand or shovel it, that stuff's still going to happen. But when you're in the pocket and you're making decisions and you're throwing the ball, you can change that, because that's just that's how you've practiced all week. That's how you practice that season. That's what you're going to do, because you do it so many times, not where you have to think about it, but where you can't think about it, where you're making decisions and you're processing other information, so you're not even thinking about your motion. So you practice it so much that when you don't even think about it, it becomes natural, and it becomes instinctive for you to do.
Do you feel this started with your draft status today?
I don't know. That's something I haven't really thought to process. I'm just trying to get better every day, and that's my constant focus, was to come out here and show that I've gotten better at a lot of things I felt like I needed to work at, and a lot of other people felt like I needed to work at, and I wanted to prove that I've gotten better at things. So that's all I've really been thinking about.
When we started this process,
What's
the
that?
biggest thing you have left to improve? How come?
I think it's continuing the changes that I made and make as big of a jump from the Senior Bowl to now, from now to the draft. And you know, that's my goal, is to continue getting better every day.
Tim, when
Tim,
you
there are
started this
very-
process, you said that nobody told you to quicken your release or shorten it or take the loop out. Who told you those things, and did you have to be sold on changing your mechanics and doing all the things?
Well, I mean, I always knew I could get a quicker release and do things, but I don't necessarily know that it was ever the right time after championships and everything like that to really try and do that. And I don't know that it was really the goal. I think the goal was just to try to complete passes and win games and score touchdowns, and that's something that we worked on doing. And now the goal is trying to improve me in a different way with my fundamentals. And you know, I just felt just with the people I was around that I could make these changes and make them quick and improve as a player.